Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of a TB&J podcast. With me today, as always, is my begrudging co-host, Troy Brittingham.
Always,
How are you, buddy?
Always, every time, without fail, never once, don't look back, ever. I've never missed.
I mean, the only episodes you really missed were the COVID episodes, I think. And that's only like a couple COVID
scattered
episodes.
in there, but
It's because you have no life.
Well, I'm the most consistent person that isn't you, the person that lives here.
So, Troy, I don't know if you've heard, but a certain very large soda company has been experimenting with different flavors over the past couple years. We've tried several of them on the show.
John 117 goes through sort of a lot in this episode.
So this is Coca-Cola spiced. Okay? You can see it says spiced right there on this can with a little bit of pink waves on there.
Right.
So according to the website, it's Coca-Cola, only spiced. Coca-Cola spiced transforms the familiar into the extraordinary, blending the iconic taste of Coca-Cola with a burst of refreshing notes from raspberry and spiced flavors. Coca-Cola spiced offers an uplifting taste experience.
And this isn't a Dune thing?
Unfortunately not. It would have been a really good tie-in, but no, this is just a spicy raspberry Coke. For full, transparency, I guess, this is the zero sugar version. Until I found these at Walmart the other day, we have individual cans. I think these are, 16-ounce cans? No, 12-ounce cans.
They're very tall.
Yeah, it's a slim, tall 12-ounce can. But these cans, I have only ever found cases, and I wasn't going to buy a whole case for a podcast bit.
I'm trying to decide.
Sucks.
I'm trying to decide whether or not I like the hand feel of it.
So this is really normal for me because there's a lot of alcoholic beverages that I drink come in this size can. There's half a case of Smirnoff Ice over there on the counter. They come in cans that are this size as well. Nice little psst there for you. A lot of energy drinks like Celsius, they come in cans this shape and size. So it was not like a new thing for me. I was completely like, oh, it's just a different than I'm used to for soda. But I believe, if you recall, a lot of the flavored Coca-Colas came in this size can as well. I believe, and I have no knowledge on this at all, but the different size is that they can sell it individually versus like the shorter 12 ounces that come in the cardboard case.
Now, I am concerned about the fact it says raspberry spiced and other flavors.
Well, that's why we're here, Troy. So let's go ahead. Let's do a little cheers. Let's get in on that opening sip. Here we go.
Not a lot of sound for that on this audio thing.
It's a tin
clink.
can. You can't clink it.
Do you want to try to again do a little mouth clink?
No.
Okay. Well, poor showmanship.
Bottoms
I
up,
think.
bud. Okay. That's it's pretty terrible.
Oh my God, that's so bad. That's literally cough medicine.
So it's kind of cough medicine. It's kind of like a certain brand of like shitty fruit flavored candy that you like put in your mouth. What else do you do with candy? That was a dumb thing I just said. But it kind of tastes like a shittier version of a Starburst, but there's like fizzy in there.
It's like a spicy Starburst.
Yeah, it's not as spicy as I was led to believe, especially when you call it Coca-Cola spiced.
No, spicy is the wrong word for it. It's
I was expecting a little more. I don't even know, like I guess just spiciness. I was expecting there to be some sort of a spice, and not even like a sharp like hot spice necessarily, but like a Christmas spice or a pumpkin spice.
You know what this tastes like?
What's that?
It tastes like when you it's the taste of like when you feel a cat lick your hand. It's like that texture. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong. I mean, I can't judge you based on your opinions at all. Well, I guess I can. But
you can, yeah.
I certainly.
I've got a lot of bad ones in there. You want to hear them?
You sure do. But it's very strange and not in like a completely. I don't like it. I don't.
Also,
like it. I don't hate it. I'm gonna finish this can just because I don't want to waste it. But like, I'm not gonna buy this again.
You also haven't done this in a long time, and I've been slowly pulled into a false sense of security. And the thing that's fucked up about this whole friendship, is that in the last 3 or 4 episodes of this podcast, I was like, man, is Jeff gonna do another one of these? I was on my toes of just is there one coming? It's been a while.
Oh, who knows? Answer, I knows. It's definitely yes. The answer is yes.
I'm just glad you didn't make me eat the what's the chicken pizza thing?
The chizza?
Chizza, yeah.
Oh God, no. I've been trying to not just eat garbage every day lately, and that just.
It's thankfully it's too much for a podcast.
It's honestly too much for me. If you don't know what we're talking about, congratulations on crawling out from that rock you've been living under.
And being healthy, probably.
And for being healthy. KFC launched a new food item called the chizza, which is chicken, fried chicken cutlets with pizza ingredients on top. Oh my God. Oh, hang on. Oh, burping? It's way worse.
Dude, that's a spicy burp.
It's not spicy though. It just tastes like raspberry cough syrup. But it's like a breaded chicken cutlet, and then they top it with marinara, cheese, and pepperoni.
Can I tell you my
which
first thought when I saw it?
Which doesn't sound terrible, except when you look at anything related to the health facts, and it's just off the charts. Massively unhealthy numbers.
And it's KFC, which means that the chicken is probably soaking wet.
Yeah, it's also KFC, which means I don't know where you got that pepperoni from. There's nothing on the KFC menu that has pepperoni in it. I don't know where you got that marinara from. I don't trust anything on this list except for maybe the chicken, and that's a big maybe.
That's the one that I maybe question the most.
I've only been to KFC a handful of times in my life. Every single time, it's because my ex-girlfriend, who you know, Troy, would drag me there because she loved KFC. That is the only times I've ever been to KFC, is when she made us go to KFC.
My original thought when I saw that for the first time was I thought that it was bone-in chicken. And I was just
oh, God.
How do you do this?
Oh, my God, you just made it way worse.
I was thankfully corrected that it's not that.
It's almost like a chicken parmesan, but you fucked it up, and it's not what a chicken parmesan should be.
You have stronger feelings about this because you're Italian.
Sicilian, but sure. Tomato.
Yeah.
A lot of people get offended when you mix them up.
Okay,
I don't.
okay.
It's the same fucking... It's not the same thing, but it's close enough that, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. But yes, I have very strong opinions because fuck you for bastardizing chicken parm and pizza at the same time. You took two beloved foods, and not just by me, certified fat Sicilian man, but also by, the majority of America and the world at large. Chicken parmesan and pizza, pizza is that one food where if it's oh, I've got a bunch of my friends over and we can't always agree on what to eat, let's just get pizza. It's oh, right, everyone fucking loves pizza.
You'll very rarely find a pizza naysayer.
Exactly. My
there
wife
may
is
be
vegan.
There may be pepperoni naysayers. There may be plain pizza naysayers.
Right, you can
but
fight over the top.
You're gonna find a pizza.
You can fight over toppings all you want, as long as you keep anchovies and pineapple away from my fucking pizza. We can still be friends. I will admit, pineapple on pizza scientifically works. When you add sweet and acidic onto the savory, it does kind of work on a science level. I refuse to try it. It will not ever happen. But no, you bastardized two of the greatest foods in the world, and I don't understand why you're allowed to make it happen. This is worse than the Double Down. This is absolutely worse than the Double Down. And it's worse for you because there's more fucking garbage in it.
Is it worse than the Double Down?
The Double Down was just a cheese sandwich, but instead of bread, it was fried chicken.
Yeah.
This is that with sauce and pepperoni.
Right, but it's half the chicken.
That doesn't make it better.
I'm just trying to...
Yeah, you're still adding pepperoni, which is one of the most processed meats on the planet.
I also don't know where a KFC is.
I
mean, you don't need to tell us.
I don't
want
to dox you, but you know where my parents' house is.
Yeah.
You know the Acme right there?
Yeah.
Next to the Acme, there's a KFC.
Interesting.
It's right there.
Okay.
That's the one that my ex would always drag us to.
Interesting.
Regardless, don't eat chizza. Just don't. and we're not going to do it on the podcast. I made you guys eat the pretzel crust pizza from Little Caesars because that wasn't complete garbage, and it also wasn't as bad for you as you think it was. It
just tastes like candy.
it tasted weird, but it wasn't terrible. But, however, I keep burping, and this spicy Coke, oh man. Ugh. I don't know what you did to that raspberry to make it not taste like raspberry, but that's awful. I feel like they took, because like, if you've ever gone to a self-serve Coca-Cola freestyle machine, a lot of the fancier ones, especially at movie theaters, you'll pick Coke, and then you can pick different flavors of Coke that you can't necessarily get in a can or a bottle because they have the flavor cartridges in the machine. They can just make you that flavored Coke. I've had raspberry Coca-Cola before. It tastes pretty good. Coca-Cola and raspberry work together pretty all right.
Sure.
They could have just bottled that, and it would have been fine. Instead, they had to get fancy and add spice and other natural flavors, and I have no idea what that is, but it's not great.
What other flavored sodas have we done in this so far?
Oh, we've done a lot, man.
I know we have, but I'm trying to think. I'm trying to decide.
Usually, whenever Coke does a bullshit
this.
thing like this, I make you drink it.
I'm trying to decide what ones are worse than this.
The marshmallow Peeps Pepsi.
Ooh,
I made you drink.
Peeps one's pretty bad. Oh,
which it's almost Easter. I wonder if Peeps Pepsi is gonna come back.
Well, we already did it, so we can't do it again, right?
Who knows, man? Maybe they changed the formula. We got to do it again. Make sure it's
we have
terrible.
a 15-second podcast where it's just like, yep, still bad.
All right, and that was it for the TB&J podcast. I'm sorry for hurting you emotionally.
You're not sorry. That's the problem with all of this, is that you're
right.
going to do it again.
You're right. This is my favorite bit.
And I'm going to keep coming back. I'm going to keep doing these fucking podcasts.
If I had to answer to anyone, a producer
God.
or
the Lord above.
No, I mean creatively. If I had to answer to anybody, like a producer or a conglomerate multinational corporation that runs everything and looks at the numbers, I would make you stop. I would stop making you do this. I would. But because I don't have to do any of that, I'm going to keep doing this. Probably until the day I die.
Or I die.
If only, man.
What happens if you give me something that kills me on this podcast?
Great question.
Do you publish the episode?
Oh, for sure. I gotta make sure the whole world hears your final moments. You could have said something wise or witty or both.
Funny.
I said witty.
I know. Witty and funny are a little bit different. Witty usually ties into funny, but not always.
Okay, Troy.
I feel like they're
This is why I'm the
adjacent.
host and you're the co-host.
They're adjacent.
That was it.
I think I'm the co-host because you own the stuff.
Well, that's a smaller piece of it. I also pay all the monthly subscription bills. And it's also all in my house.
Yeah, I choose not to do anything. You're also freaking out I'm lazy.
That was it for this episode of TB&J Eats. Thank you so much for listening. Ta-ta for now. And avoid Coca-Cola spiced. Not sponsored, obviously.